All right, today we're going to be jumping back into the Bitcoin price action and more the crypto market in general, because while Bitcoin is kind of at the same level, just consolidating where we were in yesterday's video, we have gotten some explosive price action over in the altcoin market and hit some critical levels that we have been talking about for quite some time. So I'll make sure to talk about that in just a second. But first, I want to start off here with the Bitcoin price action. It is the weekend, so obviously, traditional finance is closed right now with these low volume days. Usually not a lot of volatility, so I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin is to just trade sideways here for the next 2 days. Not really too much to talk about when it comes to Bitcoin other than what I had already said. Essentially, we are above value area high right now. We actually already back tested this level yesterday. If we go to the hourly time frame, you can see a quick wick down to this level, found nice support there, but wouldn't be surprised if we do get another test of this value area high, or if we do lose this level and come back down here to value area low. We had talked about assuming we could break the value area low, which obviously has happened, that accepting this range would indicate all-time highs, but it also would indicate we'd probably backtest the value area low. So don't be surprised if we do come all the way back down here to around $62,200 for a bullish backtest of that value area low before sending on up to value area high much higher. So as far as like leveraged positions when it comes to Bitcoin, you could potentially be taking some profit on longs right now. We're just sitting tight. It's definitely not the time to be getting in any positions other than maybe shorts, but it's the weekend, so probably not the best idea. If we are actually bearish, we're going to sweep these highs most likely coming into Monday before falling, and I don't really think it is going to play out bearish because we have accepted the range, so this is probably going to act as support. I would be looking for trend trades at this point, right? The trend is your friend to the end of the trend, so I would expect this to continue, but we'll see how it does play out. Is there a chance this could become a deviation and we backtest this as resistance and then fall down lower? Absolutely, right? That's always a chance when it comes to crypto. All of the above possibilities are in play, but overall I'm still very bullish on the charts. Same story as yesterday when it comes to the Bitcoin price action. Just don't be surprised if we have a bit of a pullback here to bullishly backtest that value area low, as well as fill some inefficiencies on the chart. You can see single prints on this TPO profile. This imbalance in the chart could get back tested a lot of the times. Bitcoin likes to clean those out. A lot of the times it doesn't clean those out in impulsive moves, so I wouldn't be surprised either way. So yeah, this is the level to keep your eye on, around $62,200, assuming we get down there. That's kind of where we want to hold. But getting out of Bitcoin now, let's talk about this. What is this double bottom that's going on? Well, this is on the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, so clearly we're seeing Ethereum try to wind up here for a move against Bitcoin, right? Assuming this goes up, that means Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin, which is very good for the altcoin market, and this structure is set up for that to happen. I would not be surprised if the low is in for Ethereum Bitcoin for really the rest of the cycle on this daily double bottom as well as weekly double bottom within here. Kind of a lower low W formation coming in here potentially will play out just like that. So we'll see how this does play out, but it's not only Ethereum that's looking decent right now. All of your other altcoins are actually looking much better. We go over here to total 3 and you can see we have already reached this volume level that we have been talking about. So this was worst case scenario. We assumed we were going to get up here. So now it's time to potentially be cautious, right? If you're a mega bear, you think we're not making all-time highs on Bitcoin, this is where you would be selling, right? You would have been waiting for a backtest, a bearish backtest of this volume level, right? You don't panic sell the lows, you wait for the backtest, and then if you're really bearish, you can get out now before we plummet into the recession that is possibly on the way. But of course, my base case is not that. I think we're going to flip this into support, and I think we will go up much higher before that recession, because recessions don't happen when everyone is calling for a recession. They happen right after everyone is super euphoric. So I do expect we're going to have a burst of euphoria here very soon, right? I think the top's going to come in 2024 within the next 3 to 4 months. Election season is usually very bullish for markets over here in the US. So that timing just makes a whole lot of sense. But yeah, overall, the altcoin market is showing extreme strength right now, being able to get up to this level so quickly. So that is really good to see. But certainly resistance is resistance until it is flipped into support. So let's see if we can actually get this flipped into support. If we did get a pullback here, essentially we could be pulling some volume profiles. Obviously, really, the altcoin market's not going to bottom on its own. It needs Bitcoin to follow through. So we'll see what Bitcoin does. But a back test of like these highs within here, the value area high, that would make some sense. Or we could just easily consolidate up against this and then break out back test and then go. So let's just continue to keep our eye on the altcoin market. Really, what would be a warning sign for me is if we got back under mid-channel trend, got back under point of control, right? We don't really want to be testing value area low again. I guess that would still be acceptable. If we got like a test of this lower trend of the wedge, though, that's going to be bearish. So, really, we want to be holding these higher levels. If we were to get back down here, then yes, you're looking for another bearish back test up into this mid-channel trend. So we're not 100% out of the woods yet. We still got to clear this. We got to have a full back test. We got to have a full push up after the back test, right? Because sometimes these are deviations where we'll fake out and then fail. But overall, my thesis remains the same. I'm still extremely bullish on the market, and I do think we are going to make all-time highs on the altcoin market very, very quickly. I think we're going to come all the way back up, probably above $1 trillion market cap, or at least around $1 trillion market cap, test some of these higher points of control from our previous 2021 bull market on the altcoin market, and potentially even go into price discovery, although I will caution that is going to be difficult to do, right? Retracements are going to have a lot of resistance within your total 3, so we'll make sure to just keep watching all these levels very carefully. Mainly, let's see if we can get back above volume here. But overall, so far so good. I like to see the strength in the altcoin market right now. We're seeing a lot of stuff kind of explode in the market. A lot of stuff is starting to outperform Bitcoin when it's consolidating over the weekend, which is what we're going to see, because assuming Bitcoin is actually in distribution and this is just going to be an upthrust after distribution, this is kind of a base case, right? A big deviation outside of the range to make everybody think it's a bullish back test, and then this actually becomes the final top. You see a bunch of euphoria up in here. This distribution range within here should be alts flying to the moon, and we want those alts to show that they do have strength while Bitcoin is consolidating. We don't want to just have Bitcoin doing candles like this for the altcoins to run, and we are already starting to see that, so that's a good sign. I think altcoin season is definitely ahead of us, but of course anything is possible on the charts. I'm not going to say it's a guarantee. I'm just going to be consistent with what I've been saying, and we'll wait for price action to do its thing. If I see anything new on the charts, I will potentially flip my case, right? If we go ahead, back test some of this stuff, and then just fly through this liquidity, right, and we don't stop, well, then obviously I'm not going to be selling in this liquidity. I'm only going to sell if we get a proper swing failure. So either a deviation, swing fail, this is your warning sign, or you have a swing fail of the highs where it is more like that, and you swing fail this level, this is your warning sign. So we'll wait, see how price action reacts. So far, so good. Like what I'm seeing on the charts, and I'm sure you guys do too. But if you do have any questions about anything I talked about, or just want to join the community for this channel, link to my Discord is in the description down below. Also have a VIP Discord, so make sure to go check that out. It is specifically for leveraged trading, and I am trying to provide as much value as possible, and that is just $20 a month for your first month, which is a limited time deal. Use code EAGLE only for the next week or so. Don't miss out on it. Click the link, decide for yourself if it's worth the money or not. Also click those other links in the description down below, such as my exchange partners, which also have some exclusive events for those that use my referrals, so make sure to check that out. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.